Hey guys, so a little quick update. I did plan on doing the live stream. I was ready to go, but YouTube was like, oh, you're not eligible to do live streaming on your mobile phone. Try a webcam or something else instead. So I'm guessing that has to do with the music and shit that I was playing yesterday, which is totally fine. I know that YouTube is strict with shit. At least they allowed me to live stream at all. So whatever. But now we know. I really can't play a lot of music. But we'll improvise anyways. Not sure if I can do a live stream today, but for sure there'll be plenty of videos uploaded on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, of things that I've been working on and how we're gonna actually build this dance revolution. Including, because I am an artiste, I actually did a mock, it's like a draft of like kind of what I want the logo to be like. So no, I know it's kind of like backwards, so you can't really read it, but it's there. Maybe if I did it in like the mirror, that would help. I don't know. But does that help? Nope, not really. Okay. Anyway, it's a cool little. It's cool, I think. I like the transition to like dark blue to purple to red to yellow. It's kind of like a sunset. And not to be confused with Dance Revolution. And you know what? I'm definitely gonna like plug this in while I'm talking right now. I'm gonna show you guys what I've been doing. I think to make it interesting, I'm going to call it like Dare for like DA, Dance, and Revolution, RE. I was like, how can I make this short and sweet and like catchy, but also not too specific to me, but kind of unique to me. I don't want to put my name in something in a movement because it's a bit too much for me. But how can I make it very interesting? So I figured capital D, lowercase a, capital R, lowercase e, Dare, the Dare movement, the Dance Revolution movement. I don't know. I thought that was fucking cool as shit. So, that is that. I've been listening to a lot of G-Friend, their first Japanese album. That's what I've been listening to. Side note, it's pretty good. It's not like the best album, but it's pretty good. And yes, for Yang Gang people. So if you are into Andrew Yang or UBI, universal basic income, human-centered capitalism, etc., I actually have a cool list for you guys to organize your thoughts, okay? I'm the person that you come to when it comes to organization and planning and stuff like that. So I'll show you this on my phone right now. On my phone right now, I have kind of like what I've gathered from talking to like 20, 30 people that were in the quote-unquote Yang Gang and what their priorities are moving forward now that Andrew Yang is not in the running for president. Not Canada for presidency right now. It's between Biden and Bernie. And yeah, so right now, well, first of all, let's just start with Andrew Yang. First of all, I think that I'm glad that he's going with the celebrity kind of influencer route. I wish we would have done it sooner. As you guys know, we wanted, the podcast, the Let Yang Speak podcast since the first debate after he didn't get a lot of time, and we were like dumbfounded, like, why isn't he getting a lot of time to talk when he literally is up there by like a miracle stance. So yeah, that's one thing I'm glad that he's doing. However, I noticed that Andrew Yang is more of a analytical like person. He doesn't really have the natural skill of marketing, as far as like maybe he does, but like not really. He kind of fell into like the influencer marketing role because he just wanted to share his ideas with somebody or something, which led him to Sam Harris and Freakonomics and Joe Rogan and the Breakfast Club and these things, which allowed him to express his views, just so happened to turn out to be the best way to actually market your shit, not mainstream media, at least for the younger crowd. Now for the older crowd, that's a different story that we have to delve into another day. But for right now, the long and the short of it is that based on Yang's organization, Humanity Forward, not to be confused with Humanity FWD, I know, the super PAC, Humanity Forward, the organization, they, in their mission statement, one of their bullet points is that they want to bring the younger crowd, the disengaged crowd, pretty much out into politics. That's kind of like they didn't like straight out say they didn't straight out say it, but they definitely meant it. So I'm like, okay, in order to do that, you need to have people like me who have a pulse of, all the niches of, societies and fandoms, and, I know things, and I know art, and I know culture and people. And if you want to start a movement, you have to know like which way, like how the waves are moving, so to speak. So that's why I listed these things right here. The first priority for the Yang Gang, I think, is financial stability. A lot of us spent a lot of time and money on the campaign, and now we need to reconfigure and get our shit back together so we can help whatever is going to happen in the future. I mean, personally, it's going to be my dance revolution. If you want to help something else, like a person running for Congress, or, Mike Warhere, who I think I'm pronouncing it right, Mike Bro here, in Kentucky running against Mitch McConnell, you can do that. If you want to support artists, please do that as well. Artists need support as well. And so on and so on. So that's one. Two, I think a lot of us do want to actually build communities and actually want to have concerts and house parties and book clubs and this and that have to, that align with, the Yang Gang and the people that we've met, and we want to spread that. We want to gather more people who are into, just having fun. And what is the magic question? What makes humanity fun to be a part of? That is from Leven Chen, the person who I am in his house right now, along with some other people. He is brilliant. He's a wizard. You all should love him and know him. Yang Gang Street Team. I'll link his channel down below. But what makes humanity fun? That is the question that you should be asking yourself. Because if you know what that is, then you'll know how to move forward with any Andrew Yang stuff. Because right now, Andrew Yang doesn't really want to micromanage us. He wants us to be the leaders in our own communities. He does. Like, if you guys think he doesn't, then you're not paying attention. Like, he does. That's how we make, movements happen, is by setting up small communities all over the place. But we are all aligned, I guess, emotionally and practically. Like, we all have the same kind of motives, I guess, to make sure that UBI gets passed, and make sure human-centered capitalism, or the idea of the American scorecard, measuring how well we are doing, not just by gross domestic product, GDP, aka how much money we're making. We're not just measuring ourselves based off how much money we're making, but how physically healthy we are, how mentally healthy we are, how our environment is healthy, clean air, clean water, educationally wise, how we're doing educational wise, etc., okay? So that is that. And these concepts are pretty large in scale. It takes like a visionary to like really get it, but that's why I'm here to break the ice with the dancing, because I think dancing is a fun thing that people can easily relate to and easily connect to, and you can take dancing wherever you go, and it can be a fun time. So that's what I want to help showcase. If you are a dancer, or if you have any like interest in like camera work, or graphic designing, or editing, or traveling, please hit me up on the email, or on like the DMs, links down below, because I want a good solid, probably like 3 to 5 person team, so we can have a structure where we know how to communicate with each other, first of all, and second of all, we know how to move and align with each other. Okay, the third thing on the list is Mike here, which I mentioned before, the guy running for Senate, because guess what? We're not going to get UBI passed if we can't get it passed through the Senate, okay? That's the bare minimum that I know, because the people in the Senate are the ones that actually passes the laws, checks and balance. The president can veto or not veto a law, but the Senate is the one that actually checks it, and whatever. So, and passes it or not passes it. So because of that, somebody other than, and listen, I don't know that much about Mitch McConnell. Like, again, I was a disengaged voter, probably like you, so I don't know much about shit. I try not to get into politics, but I do know that, you know, based on what other people are saying and based on the vibe that I'm getting, it seems like that is really priority number one, but we have to get financially stable and build community and then move on to actually helping a campaign, because what I've learned through this process and the Andrew Yang process is that, guess what? We're not gonna do shit if we're not healthy ourselves, okay? We can't help anybody if we're not healthy ourselves. So that's one thing. And then the fourth is helping other Yang Gang people that are running for Congress and this and that. Now, the thing with this is that because politics is such a club, and it's so expensive to run a campaign, most likely, not a lot of people will actually get a chance to win, at least in the Yang Gang. Especially because based on the past, a lot of Bernie Sanders supporters in 2016, after he did not get the nominee, a lot of them, you know, ran for Congress and, you know, state assembly and shit as well, but a lot of them did not get it because they're inexperienced, and spreading yourselves too thin is a thing that exists. But if you do want to financially help somebody, please do it. Like, I think all this is an experience to learn from anyway. So if you do want to run for Congress, if you think you can't do it, please, like, you can. Like, don't let me stop you. The chances are low, but the chances were low for Andrew too. And he, like, went hard. And we knew that the chances were slim. But the point is not really the end game. The point is the journey and what you've learned from it, and carrying that on to win in the future, okay? So those are the 4 things that I've learned. And I sent an email to press at Move Humanity Forward, talking about these things like community and communication, because I feel like the team that's most closely to Andrew still are not aware of how important communication is all the way around. Like, I know they are trying, they have Zoom calls for certain people, but if they want to grow the Yang Gang 10 times like their bullet point says, guess what? You need to scale everywhere. You can't just expect that shit to come. You have to go after it, meaning going and posting on YouTube at least every other day. At least, if your goal is to scale 10 times as much, yeah, actually, you should be posting every day. Andrew Yang or Humanity Forward. Humanity Forward should have its own media, its own YouTube channel, its own Twitter, its own Instagram, its own Facebook group, which I know it does, which I already signed up for, okay? And it should be posting every other day or every day of either asking us, polling us what we want to do, and or telling us what is happening, okay? So either or, asking us or telling us what to do, okay? Otherwise, I'm going to continue to do my own thing, because I cannot wait for Humanity Forward or Andrew Yang to tell me what to do, because that's just not a smart bet. You do not want to bet your entire future on a person or a couple of people. It's just not a smart move. The point of them announcing Humanity Forward this early is not really a practical reason. It's really, well, I guess it kind of is, but it's really to capitalize off of the momentum of the Yang Gang and the Yang campaign, and to make sure they galvanize us quickly, and not later, because they know that people are losing interest quickly in Yang and politics and all that stuff. And we want to make sure that you capitalize off of that. The thing is that some people are just not meant for like this intensity, like activism, but that's totally fine. I think that people should do what I'm doing, do their own thing, and then mention, hey, you know about UBI or Yang or this or that. Tell your experiences through this whole like year, basically. This entire year, like this past year, many of you guys have been doing so much, have learned so much about politics and our economy. I know I have, shit. So what you should be doing in the next year is telling people about this, telling people about your experience and seeing where that goes. Reaching out to people that you really haven't really reached out to before. Go to a coffee shop that you haven't gone to before and tip them well and leave a Yang card behind or a Yang buck behind and start that conversation. If you are anything like spiritual, go to a church one time and then to see how that goes. And don't mention Yang the first time or don't mention politics the first time, but just pay attention to the themes that you see in like a church that you also see in politics, or something that you sorry about the jump cut. I had to clear out my phone space storage. But yes, so the theme is look at your community and see how that relates to Yang and what his message is and what his vision is. Okay, so yeah, stay tuned, guys. Stay tuned to Humanity Forward. Like, perhaps they will move quickly and swiftly. Okay, love you guys. Peace out. Okay, take care of yourselves. Annyeong.